back live.
All set.
Okay, so we're back in public session to talk about on-street parking.
Yeah, and it wasn't to get any decisions other than we've kind of not made any final direction on
Right.
where to go with this. We have the existing on-street parking, which you made a determination to keep in place until we
On ballot, right.
on ballot. That could go into, I mean, the way things are going with this road project.
Right.
Just not being able to get the contractor to say whether or not he'll accept the 1.9 is that this could go into the winter and, you know, wait now to start construction. We're pushing to not do that, but I just wanna, and so if there are some other areas that you want us to start investigating,
There
and
are,
actually come
I
up
think.
with the
Yeah.
plan,
there are, I think.
we need to
this,
write something down.
we have as the basis, I think, the initial discussion, the plan that public safety had come up with and DPW had come up with. Been what, over a year now with the map with possible areas. I would like to sit down and discuss that further with you as a basis. Perhaps Bob and Mark would be interested as well, just to have a path forward. I don't think we want to tie the parking on Valley Road to a construction project necessarily. I think we want to tie it to what do we want for the long term.
So there's a plan previously?
Yes, well, there was a discussion.
There was a
conceptual
discussion
plan.
and we took a map and we marked, there were only a few areas that, from a staff perspective, both public works and public safety, there were only a few areas where we were recommending that you look at allowing on-street parking. And that included the tennis center current spot.
Right,
It included the area where the drainage is at the bottom of Cascade Ridge.
right.
We could fix the drainage and put a parking
Some down
space on top
West
of
Branch,
that.
the bottom of the bridge area, but potentially, I think you had some.
Yeah,
there.
that was
Of course, you got the snow, but you got the parking lot right there anyway.
the parking lot.
BTS car.
Right, but if they were to do add their extra building or do something where they told us that we couldn't use that anymore, that was an area that we had identified would be safe and could be built.
See, I think it would be good to just sit down and have a separate meeting and talk through this.
Yeah. And there's the other space that if you want us to look at more before that meeting
Mhm.
is the area along Valley Road across from
From Lost Pass to Golden Heights,
Lost Pass.
across the side.
I mean, maybe not all of it, but at least some. There were some issues getting people across the street, not having them walk down with traffic towards the golf clubhouse. I mean, there are some.
There are some
Issues
issues
we
there
have
that we
to-
should talk through. That when people are speeding, that is one area when they come around the curve, coming down towards Village, they're going pretty good clip.
But maybe having parking there
Well,
might
that
slow
could,
them down,
that could,
make it look a little less
yeah.
open. What do you, any thoughts or other areas?
Yeah, I'll be, we had an inquiry today as far as that trail that's right there, and I don't know,
Yeah,
dealing
the
with,
roadside trail.
yeah,
Yeah,
if with that trail and the road, I think we'll have to take a look at it a little closer.
that trail was up.
The roadside trail
Yeah.
is up above.
It was up above initially.
Yeah,
Well, they have it blocked, and that was the issue with the person, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna be blocked? And that trail is not in favor of the town. So I told Tim.
That's an
that
issue
it's
between the
his
resort
issue.
and, right,
That's
the complaint.
But he did ask that the town weigh in, on it, whatever that means. But we do need to,
Right.
we do need to think about how it fits into the pedestrian and cross-country ski trail.
See,
System.
I wondered how much it does now. I heard Barry's comments about that.
Well, he's the one who came in.
Right, at the
Yeah.
community forum, and it's a trail to nowhere now, really. It's a short stretch,
Yeah,
and now that we have that bicycle path on the, that was just built, I mean, that would be the natural way for people to come out, right, to go out towards the north end. Instead of going down Pond Loop and making a left and then going along the road and coming out of the golf course. So
And they do groom, but
Right.
that's a fee trail.
that's right. I'm talking about the summer, right? In the winter, it's a different situation, right?
Well, that's not a bad point. So if they came out, rather than using the roadside trail, they could go through the underpass, go towards the arena, and then get on that, like,
That new path, and
the new path we just built.
that may help them while it's, at least while this
Yeah.
construction is going on.
yeah,
But anyway, that's-
how
right.
that affects the mountain trail system. However,
Well, in the winter, it's a different,
It's in the winter, it's a different.
Yeah.
because they shouldn't be, when they moved people, they didn't really ever talk to us about moving people down onto Valley Road. When they said that was the detour.
Right,
No one coordinated that with us.
right.
So we'll need to talk about that before the winter heat. Because he didn't groom that this winter.
No, and I question how heavily used is it? I mean, it's inconvenient if you're a skier. I don't want to take my skis off, walk a ways, put my skis back on, take my skis off, walk a ways, put my skis back on. If I'm going out, I want
Right, that's two roads, right.
to go. And then, you have to do it if you're going through the golf course, you have to do it at Snows Mountain.
Too many places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, who uses it?
I mean, I could see if they have ovals or if they have training areas maybe.
Right.
But this trying to make it a continuous and crossing all of these public streets.
It doesn't work.
Wow.
Right.
I don't, it's just not working.
Well, it seems to me that the initiative ought to be with the resort, tell us to what extent that they want to maintain this trail, given the construction that's going on. And we can, I'm quite willing to support however they want to approach it. I just need to know what do they
What do
want?
they want?
What do they want? So since the easement is in their favor.
Like, we were talking about parking.
But now getting back to parking.
So
Yeah,
I'm not sure I have a clear understanding of
I didn't bring my
the
map.
new paving along where the temporary parking currently is. What happens there?
It's going to, go ahead.
It ends up being, you'll have the regular 2 travel lanes, and then you'll have an additional 10 feet of bike/pedestrian.
So what happens to the sidewalk that's there?
Goes,
Goes away.
and it becomes, everything becomes part of.
It's all just one paved area.
Right.
There will be no parking available.
There won't be, so what is currently the parking area will be part of the pedestrian bike path.
Right.
And it's gonna be striped, there's gonna be a solid line that divides the travel lanes for the vehicles from the pedestrian bike.
And it's gonna be that way all the way up.
All the way
Snows
around
Road to Tecumseh.
to Tecumseh
And
and
then
then
Tecumseh.
right onto the valley out
Right.
down to Triple. That whole thing is gonna be.
So would there be any sense of leaving a strip in that section between, if you had if you redid the sidewalk that's there as the bike path, bike/pedestrian, and you left a strip in that section between the road.
The only problem that I see doing it that way right now is all the drainage all of the green and everything for the road and everything was done with that solid section. So trying to leave the parking in there now, we have to redesign.
I'm not saying it's a good idea.
No,
just asking.
no, that's the only, that's the issue.
Yeah, and then
That's
in the future, if they put the buildings there on the corner of Village and Valley, in that.
Is there some parking lot there?
Is, yeah,
It's supposed to be a parking lot.
right, and then maybe as part of that, we could redesign it and do some changes. But I think it would be very difficult to change.
You wouldn't need any on-street
what the plan
parking
is.
if Tyrell builds the parking lot.
Right,
Right.
by who knows?
But I mean, who knows, yeah. And then you're disturbing what was gonna be, I think, an 8-foot wide pedestrian bike lane all the way down. And then all of a sudden you're gonna hit parked cars. You think you maybe squeezing it a bit for the pedestrian bike lane? Yeah, no, I'm just trying out how to do it.
So you're suggesting we have a separate meeting that brings up these?
We had it before. We had it before and we talked about these areas. We talked about maybe what we're talking about is going up over path for a bit instead of Valley. Now we have this other area we can explore along Valley between Lost Pass and Golden Heights as a possibility. I think we should not only have a discussion, but we should come to a conclusion as to where.
Well, I
and then we'll go
definitely want to have the conversation before we do any more design. Because I don't want to run into this situation.
Right, and then we want to put it out for we want to have a public hearing on, hey, we want to have some on-street parking, here's where we want it. We think we ought to have it, and then see what the public thinks. And I'm hoping to get that all done this year.
But there's really nowhere else around town where on-street parking is really because of the granite curbing.
And then there, well, I mean, you can think of some places, I suppose, but you're gonna get pushback from the residents that they're parking in front of. So it's not like parking in front of a business. You know, it's more like parking in front of a, an occupied.
Well, that's just
dwelling.
it. It's not an issue because every other place, they're not businesses, they're residents.
And really where we're having most of these issues, and there's a lot of it is the tubing
Right.
and moving people from the arena and town
Right.
square over there. That's what we keep talking about over and over. That's the area that look at.
And eventually both sides of that road is supposed to be what is now Village, intersection of Village, Lost Pass and Valley. Both sides of that on either side of Village is supposed to be parking lots
In the conceptual.
in the Tyrell's conceptual at that intersection. Now
Well,
they're
there
gonna
isn't
change
an
Village.
intersection there isn't a village road.
Well, they haven't for a
in
little
their
bit.
concept.
They haven't been going off into the parking lot.
Right, but
Two
we
entrances.
would discontinue the
Village, which is a whole nother,
Well,
road.
that's a whole.
That's their proposal.
Right,
That's
it's a whole nother
Oh, yeah,
discussion.
yeah.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Exactly.
But the parking lots are definitely, because the hotel is right there, the hotel actually goes all the way over with the gondola and conference center, goes all the way over to the
Other side.
ice arena. So that's why they want to get rid of Village. That's gonna be a whole complex there with 2 parking lots facing back into what is Valley and Valley all the way around to Boulder. And then you have those houses they're building now. Yeah, so I think we should just pick a date that you, me, Margaret, if she's interested.
is that gonna be a public, have to be a public hearing?
Well, it needs to be, public needs to have access, but they don't have to participate. You can just make a workshop to talk about this, which can do.
You want to have a date in mind, or do we want to think about it?
Yeah, why don't we do it at the next meeting?
All right. Put it on the agenda.
Because the beginning of July is bad for all of us. I think we all we're all gonna be on the same airplane heading south or something. I don't know. I think all the departments those days.
Okay.
Going back to COVID jail.
Is there anything else on
No,
parking?
you stay here. You're not allowed to go.
Anything else on parking?
Uh,
All righty, so shall we go back into,
Yeah.